Hey guys, it's Trevor, back again for vlog episode 2, discussing kind of where I am in my rehab, and letting you know kind of how things have been going. So today it marks the four weeks exactly since the day of surgery. Um, I had my Sandy strips, which, if you don't know what a Sandy strip is, it's a small piece of cloth tape put over the incision to kind of keep the edges of the incision outside, at least, together as well as possible, in addition to the stitches that hold it all together, right? But the Sandys kind of keep the scar small as possible is the point, clean, if you will. So as it comes to the elbow, especially, a lot of times scarring is not as big of a deal. Breaking scar tissue isn't as big of a deal. Like if you have some scarring on your knee from a scrape, things like that, breaking that up isn't as big of a problem going forward here. But because of the nature of a UCL replacement, um, breaking up scar tissue is the leading setback, I think, for a lot of guys, because when that stuff breaks up, it causes tightness, and a lot of problems that could possibly happen because of the muscle fusing together and things doesn't fire right, whatever. Building strength is tough, and so keeping that all as uniform as possible so that it can be broken up by a rehab and things is very important. First of all, or another thing, I know that these two things are going to be asked about, these pictures on the back of the wall. They're actually a fusion of my gaming nerdiness and my love of video games. They're the World of Warcraft class hall names built into professional baseball team logos. So in the back, that's the Netherlight Priests. That's the Acaris Death Knights. And that's there's one over here that's the Mariners one. That's the Yankees. That's the Phillies, obviously. There's a Mariners one over here. That's the Martum Death Demon Hunters, Demon Hunters, which is another new class in Legion for all my nerds out there. There's no Twins one, or I would have the Twins one on in view in this camera. Trust me, there just isn't a Twins one. The artist did not create them. They're made by an independent artist. Got them for Christmas. I didn't buy them myself. Don't yell at me. Okay. So now that that's taken care of, where we are right now in rehab is I had to rehab two things, as I said in my last video. First is my knee that I had my grillis tendon harvested. It wraps from your hamstring down around your knee and attaches at the front of your patella, I believe, or right below your patella. So down here, right on the top of your shin. So basically, they go in through the shin, pull it out, and it regenerates itself. It's kind of just shaved off. It regenerates to an extent, so it's like salamander's tail. Just think about it that way, or a chameleon's tail. I believe they both grow their tails back. That could be a lie, but something like that. Think about it like that. So that causes a lot of soreness, tightness, swelling, all kinds of stuff in my leg. But for a long time, I couldn't stand on 2 feet and then bring this one up to sorry. Can't see that. You know what I mean. Bring it up to 90 degrees like this. I couldn't do that on its own, but now today I did an exercise where it was tough, but it was, I got a lot further and I could do it for quite a while. So that's good. That's a big improvement. In addition to that, I'm doing 20 minutes cardio every day, keeping the blood moving and kind of trying to not become sedentary. And that was important too for me. And my leg, I feel nothing going upstairs, nothing running, nothing at all. So that's good. Also, we've been doing a lot of balance work, working on the stabilization, standing on one leg, all that stuff, which is, even when you're healthy, is a really important practice to do for pitchers. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. And come a long way there, feel nothing, am able to balance better. I might even have better balance now than I had before. So that's another big step in the right direction that I'm happy with. As for the arm, I have my Sandys removed, like I said. The incision looks amazing. Couldn't be happier. It's even the scab's gone. It's just a pink scar now. It's a lot of healing in 4 weeks. I'm really happy with it. And as for how it feels, a lot of my swelling, you kind of have residual swelling in the front of your, or in around where the incision was, of course, because it's protecting, it's healing, obviously. And then on the back side, on my forearm back here, because of the way you naturally sit with your kind of, there's blood needs to go somewhere, right? And when you have a healing wound, a lot of blood flows to that area. Well, some of that blood gets trapped in the lowest point, namely my forearm. So massaging that out, getting that out, it's kind of swollen up for a few weeks. But that's pretty much gone too. So now that a lot of the swelling and tightness is gone in those areas, and everything's kind of localized just right to where the scar is, and just tightness there, and kind of in the back a little bit, because your tricep kind of protects everything. All that stuff's starting to let go and move a little bit more. So I'm experiencing some soreness, but it's like that good soreness, like you start running again and you feel horrible the next day, like where you can barely move, that type of stuff. Just kind of around those areas that have had the swelling kind of be moved, and then now that I'm moving everything a little bit more, I'm getting a little sore there. But it's like, as a pitcher, I know what good soreness, bad soreness feels like. It feels good soreness, so I'm happy. Happy with that. As for exercises and things we do, so this is as far as my brace will allow me to go. This is a 10-degree angle from 180, so it's 170 basically, right? Outside of my brace, I can go to 5 degrees. So 10 degrees is where this is set. It's going to be set to 0 on Thursday. And so that should be as far as I can go. I think naturally I'm like 3 degrees. So I'm not actually fully, see, if you look, I'm not a full extension. That's maybe 5, or between 5 and 0. It's somewhere in there. So I'm almost back to exactly where I was, which is awesome. 4 weeks out. I'm pumped. That was something I was really worried about. Flexion. So when you come in and touch this is called, you're flexing, flexion. My brace actually is set at its highest side setting. So while I have this on, this is as far as I can go. But I'm here. I don't feel anything. That's awesome. So this would be 90, right? And everything past 90, imagine the angle is going out this way. So it'd be like 100, 110, you know what I mean, like that. So I'm at 125 with no brace on. Again, that's quite a bit past where my brace allowed me to go. I think I'm at 110, and I can go to 125. So 15 degrees past. Of course, 125 is the very limits to where I can go. But moving, this always comes last, because a lot of this, it's just, you're stuck like this for so long. Going like this is hard after a while. Then I have no bicep. I wish I could show you, but I'm a little bit self-conscious about it. My bicep's gone, my tricep's gone. It's like a skinny little arm. It's anyone who's had a cast on for a long time knows what I'm talking about. It sucks. So I feel like a less of a man. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so along with the just stretching and getting the manual work, moving scar left and right, which is one of the weirder feelings I've ever had in my life. I'm doing a lot of resistance work. Anyone who has a son or has pitched before, or a kid that plays any sort of sport where you throw, the resistance bands are a mainstay with arm care, right? Something I do. I'm so good at, and I still have a crazy routine for that, keeping my shoulder and my elbow healthy, which is one of the reasons why the whole thing was so crazy to me. But that's a whole nother story. So basically, I can do everything going outwards. No weights coming in. See, I can naturally do this coming in with no weight, because it's very little stress on my my arm, or on the inside of my elbow. But no weight yet. And I think we're still pretty far away from doing that. But coming out, I'm doing these. Do a lot of like straight arm up and down with my shoulder. A lot of like some bicep curls. A lot of shrugs down, shrugs up, shrugs back, shrugs forward. Just kind of getting everything in the shoulder working again. And then you kind of work your way down, strengthening all around the elbow. That's why guys coming back from Tommy John have such good routines, is because you do it for a year without actually throwing a ball. So you can relearn it's all about form. It's all about doing the exact amount of reps you need to do and not overdoing it. And I think I've done that really well. It's it's just high reps, really low impact stuff. But doing some kickbacks and all that stuff, getting the scap in the back of your shoulder strengthened. And I've had no problems, nothing with that. It's a combination. I mean, there's like 12 different exercises I'm doing every day. When I go back to Minnesota in a week, I am in Seattle now. So when I go back to Minnesota in a week, this stuff ramps up. It's a few hours every day, just going hard. I'm just going to start mixing in the workouts, getting everything going. and the kind of things that are unrelated to actual physical work. Guys have added, not added, I've gotten right back on my meditation grind. I think that preparing yourself mentally for anything, and anyone who knows that I'm doing the Twitch thing, the gaming thing, and all that stuff. I'm applying my competitive personality to that stuff as an outlet, and having a lot of fun with it too, kind of bringing out my personality. But I'm applying a lot of the having patience things, and being present for any given moment to that, and that's how I'm exercising it at this moment. But it applies directly to the field, being able to get your pitch, have a reason for it, have a plan, and then know that all you have to do is throw it where you want to throw it, and then be okay with the results, and just repeat without letting your brain go all over about what happened or what's going to happen. That's the hardest part. Sounds easy. It's not easy. So I can do that work now. I would be doing it if I was pitching, and I'm going to master it before I get on that mound. In addition to that, I've started to put very big emphasis on nutrition and dieting, having a much better grasp of what I need to be eating, what I should be eating, because it's very hard. I've never been this sedentary in my life. It's very easy to fall into sedentary, get really out of shape, not really feel good. So that's helped. Yes, I slip on occasion. I eat sandwiches when I shouldn't be eating sandwiches, things like that. But it's something that another thing I'm really focusing myself on, something I can do and not have to be on the field to get better. And that actually takes me to my next point: sleep. Started monitoring my sleep a lot. I started monitoring my supplementation of vitamin D. I have a couple of recovery supplements I take that a lot of guys on the team take. Things like that to improve my sleep, make sure I'm getting a very restful night's sleep, so that I can get up early in the morning and get back to work, and keep on trucking forward. As always, I'm a big goal setter. I have some pretty lofty goals for myself, not only on the field but off. So I'm able to pursue some of those off the field things a little bit more now, and taking advantage of that time, because your body says you can't play, man. So taking advantage of that time you get, and making the most of it, and trying to improve the world that you live in. That's something that I'm doing now. But that said, I'm ready to go back to Minnesota. I'm ready to see the guys. I'm ready to root them on, because 2017 is a big year for us. We had a lot of changes happen in the offseason. There's a lot of really great players that have an opportunity to get a lot of playing time and a lot of work in, and start achieving the things that I think a lot of them are going to achieve in the game. There's young guys, old guys, everybody. I think we have an amazing group of guys in that clubhouse. I just want to be a part of it. And it was heartbreaking knowing that I wasn't going to be able to be a part of it on the field. So if I can be a part of it in the clubhouse, that I'm going to make the most of that. So it's time to go back to Minnesota here, and I'm going to Texas to see the doctor, see if I can get this infernal thing off my arm on Monday. And then after that, next Wednesday, I go back to Minnesota, and it's going in and seeing the team every day, doing my work at the field, living in the cities. So yeah, that's where I am now, guys. Moving forward here, I really want to release one of these every week. I'm also working on doing write-ups in tandem with these videos, explaining a lot of things I'm going through and how hard it is, because there's a lot of mental side of the stuff that maybe people don't think about as much. So, but I'm dealing with it. I'm working on it, and I'm excited to keep taking one step at a time, because that's just kind of how I function. So, so Mondays are going to be my day. I'm going to try to put the video up. Those videos will always be here on this YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/I'm Trevor May. And you can subscribe either down here or up here. Can't remember where it is, because I'm new to YouTube. Also, if you enjoy video games, if you don't enjoy video games, if you have a question, if you like to talk to me, I'm always open to talk baseball, football, basketball, NHL. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'll talk about it. Video games. And I apologize for the salt on my Twitch stream. That is twitch.tv/I'm Trevor May. Beforehand, I am a human being and I get mad sometimes, and sometimes stuff comes out of my mouth that I would rather not, but it's just the way things happen. So I appreciate you being here, supporting me, and hopefully I answer some questions that a lot of people had for me. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to hit out on Twitter, TrevMay65. I'm sure most of the people watching this are going to come from that, so you're already going to be there. But and Instagram, TrevMay65, and Facebook also, TrevMay65. Got to shout out all the social medias, because what's the point of videos? Am I right? So that's it. Thank you, everyone. Like and subscribe to the YouTube as always, and I will see you on Monday with a brand new video. Actually, not this Monday. The Monday after that. Let me have a week and a half of actually have stuff happen that's different, so that I can give a little bit more detailed video. All right, take it easy. Bye.